This is now the last form that I want to talk you through when it comes to receiving and returning manual receipt books. This form, the third form that was attached to that standard operating procedure, is specifically for line managers. It's actually only for line managers. And the reason for having this form is also to cover you as line manager, making sure you know exactly where the books are and you have evidence that these books have been signed for. Vice versa also, if you give it to a secretary or a rep, they must sign for it, and when they hand it back to you, you must let them sign. Every time a book leaves a hand, it must be signed for. And you as the line manager is ultimately responsible for those books. So we're assisting you as the line manager to keep track of these books. Because if when head office is going to ask for these books and you say, but I gave it to the secretary, and you don't have evidence that the secretary has signed for that book, you're going to pay for it. So that is the reason why we're having these forms. This specific form, this line manager's book control form, this is for you only, for your own records. So you need to keep a file with these forms every time that you hand out a book. So you will write which pay point line it is for. You will write down that specific book's receipt numbers. What type of book is it? Is it new joinings? Whatever. Is it a receipt book? Whatever. Okay, so you need to write the type of book and for who the book needs to go, who needs to receive that book, and then you need to hand it over to that person. Let that person sign and date this, put in the date that that book was signed out or handed over to the specific person. So now you keep that form with you. At some stage you need to take it in, let's say after pay point period. Now you know exactly who took which book, and you will contact them and they must hand it back to you. But it's also important that you ask that specific person to sign for that specific book on date in, when they have handed it back to you. Any notes that you need to make, again, if it's on behalf of someone that the person received, you need to make a note who that person is so that you can keep track of this. But this form is specifically for you to keep track of what's happening in your area with your books. And that brings us to the end of the training session on the standard operating procedure of receiving and returning manual receipt books or any other books that are exchanged between branches or head office and branches, as well as pay points. Please contact the training department if there's any clarity that you require. These forms will also be available on the staff portal under the documents section to allow you to print it out on your side as well. The moment that it has been uploaded, we will send out communication to let you know where you can access these forms. Thank you very much and good luck with keeping track of all of these books. Bye-bye.